Good morning, my name is Kamisha Palmer and I'm going to show you how I make my shrimp and grits for breakfast. Quaker quick 5-minute grits. Raw shrimp that you're going to have to devein and deshell prior to even trying this. Alright, so we're not going to use a full, clove, of garlic. Just break it down and get one piece. That should be enough for 2 people. And what we're going to do is smash it with a spoon. Break it down. Then you need a really sharp knife to dice this up, because this is what you're going to throw in with your shrimp. I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe a little bit of bell pepper, onion. Definitely I'm going to cook it in butter and not margarine. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. So according to this, 1/4 cup of grits and 1 cup of water, it serves 1 person. So I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of grits and 2 cups of water. So I'm making just enough for 2 people. Okay, so I've already added 1 cup of water. I should have used my hot pot or whatever that is, the hot water maker, but that's okay. I've been using a lot of electronic appliances lately, and this is also an electronic appliance. The stove. Yeah, so get that going, and actually I'll add a little bit more water once it starts to boil a little bit. And to the grits, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'll add butter, and I'll add, like a Mexican 4 blend cheese. I think I'll add some other type of cheese to it too. And then that'll be pretty much the grits. And then the shrimp, I'll show you what I do with that next. Okay, shrimp. Alright, so I'm going to add some chives and a couple of seasoning. I'm not going to do bell peppers, any of that. But I will do some garlic. And I'm going to squeeze a little bit of orange juice, or fresh orange, the juice from the orange, into it. And, just kind of let it mix it all together before I throw it in a pan full of butter and let it cook. Okay, it's boiling, so now we're going to add a 1/2 cup of grits. Let's see if I can do this way. Yeah, that's enough. I'm using a fork. This is a small meal. There's no reason for me to do anything more. You're not just gonna dump the grits in there. You're gonna like gradually, pour it and mix it, because you don't want it to be all lumpy. Because if you dump it in there and then don't, actually mix it with the hot boiling water, it'll just turn into a lump of nothing. So, first dump it in there. I know the bubbling water is going to help it to mix too, but I say give it a good, swirl around with your fork just to make sure. And we're going to add a sprinkle of salt, and I can't do that until I put this camera down. Just a little dash. That helps it from stop it from sticking to. Okay. I'm going to turn this down to medium heat. Let it boil. Real butter. Just going to put a little bit, because I'm going to be adding a bunch of cheese to this one. It doesn't take much to cook grits. Grits. A little bit of butter. Oh man, I should have took this out and let it soften a little bit more, but that's alright. For this special breakfast, I'm using butter. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. Butter. Bit of butter. Put a little bit of salt in there. Let's turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna start adding some cheese. Okay, so those grits over there, that cheese is melted. It's real cheesy. I'm about to add the last little bit of cheese and then turn this off because it is pretty much done. But over here in the front, I'm trying to melt this butter just a little bit before I throw the shrimp in there. So hang on just a second, bear with me. Man, maybe I should save this for the end. Oh, I'll just put a little bit. The lid goes on, turn it off. That is going to do us something with me. Let me rinse this off. Alright. To my shrimp, onions, chives. I think I put some, oh, I haven't put the orange juice in there yet, but let me put the garlic in there. Oh God, this is so ghetto. Sorry guys, it is what it is. I don't have a camera crew following me. Not yet anyways. Alright, so now we're going to squeeze a little bit of this orange juice. Alright, and then from this point, it's all hands on deck. I hope your hands are clean because you got to get in here with it. So you just get in there with it, mix it around. The butter is almost where I like it to be before I start dumping this in there. But yeah, with your hands, you just go on through there and mix it all up. All right, then this butter looks alright. It's almost, I don't want it to get too soft because then it starts to burn, and then once it burns, it don't taste good. And I like stuff that tastes good. So now that that's in there, I can turn this up a little bit and just let it cook all the way through till it's pink. That's how you know it's done. Meanwhile, I'm going to scoop this into some bowls and cut the leftover piece of this orange to go on the side before I add the shrimp. All right, these are pretty much done. And this is what's gonna go on top of the cheesy grits. Okay, so now I'm gonna move the grits to the smallest bowls that I have. Crystal bowls. Actually, they are crystal. Move that there and I will let you see it in a sec. Alright, so you just apply it right on top. If you get some of that buttery goodness on there, that's a plus. So we actually like the buttery stuff. It tastes really good. Alright, the last of that, any of the extra garlic pieces, come to mama. Alright, so then now I have my oranges. I've already cut them into half-fourths, so now I'm just gonna slice down to the brine of it and pop these suckers on the side if I can get them to stay. Yeah. You know what? I'll just stick them in there because he's just gonna pick it up and eat it any freaking way. So just do it like that, real fast. I would say if after you have defanged and deshelled your shrimp, doing this is probably about 10 minutes. It doesn't take very long at all. So this is my breakfast. No eggs today.